Hi, I'm Nate, and I'm going to walk you through our new Tudor expansion. These pieces open up a bunch of exciting new ways to build with our Tudor collection. Let's dive in and take a look. All right, so this is our full piece lineup. It's important to note that these are all prototypes we made in-house, so they're slightly less perfect than our factory finals will be. Our factory pieces will be cast in gray dwarvenite that will be this color. So this is our brand new fancy Tudor corner post. Is the same height and footprint as our plain original corner posts. It now has these fancy decorative diagonal braces there, and most importantly, it has these little facade peg holes here, so you can attach any of our facade pieces or any lateral pull accessory piece to it. So that opens up a lot of building possibilities. This is our narrow Tudor solid wall. This is for when you want to build on something that is 2 inches long rather than 4 inches long. You put that between two corner posts and that gets you to your 2-inch length. It has same sort of Tudor pattern on either side, cross beam. It's pretty simple. It's just a solid wall, but it's short. This is the narrow Tudor window wall. Same footprint and height as the solid wall. This one has a window that goes all the way through it. The profile of this thing pushes out, hangs out. It helps break up the silhouette of the buildings, kind of make things less smooth. Looks really nice with that overhang. This will have a slot on the top to take any of our acetate window pane inserts. And you can also put any of the window inserts, the narrow window inserts in here, like the shutters and the like. And this is our narrow door wall. So it's the same frame as our rustic wood door wall with a new door. So this is a little green noble's door inspired by the original full-size green noble's door. This is a prototype that's just held in by white stick. So you can see the white stick poking out. The final will have a hinge in there, so it'll be a working hinged door. So you can open and close it. Then over here, we're getting double high. So this is our new double high Tudor corner post. It has the same fancy diagonal braces, and then it has the facade holes on the top and on the bottom. So these lower ones are the same height as a regular corner post, and the top ones come down and they're the same height from the top as on the regular corner post. So it lets you attach facades across or two facades to give you a lot of building options. And most importantly, these will accommodate double high walls. So this is our double high Tudor solid wall, and it's magnetic. So in addition to being double high, it also takes any of our magnetic accessories. So you can put one or multiple accessories on here, a lot of coverage. And it has a different design on either side. So different Tudor sculpting on either side. So you have some cosmetic options for you. This is the double high, double door wall. This takes the any of our double door inserts. So it comes with the barn door style ones, but you could put any of the ones from our dungeon or infernal ones or from the caverns. Any of our double doors will fit in here. So you have a lot of options there. And both sides have some cosmetic differences. It's the same height as this wall. It's the height of two regular height walls and a floor. So it gets you up exactly 2 stories when used on a floor with a double high corner post. Over here, we have first of our facade pieces. So this is the new Tudor arch facade. Elegant arch there. It's designed to sit really nicely against any of our Tudor walls. It kind of echo the curves in a lot of the Tudor architecture we already have. This will have facade holes on the back, so you can attach, using the half pegs, you can attach it to the facade holes in any of the corner posts. It will also have biscuit slots here and here, so you can then biscuit it to the side of any floor. So that'll let you put it at 2 different heights on your buildings, as well as biscuit it to anything else, like making little bridges or the like. So it gives you a lot of building possibilities with this piece. This is the Tudor oriel window facade. This one it's the length of an entire floor. So it's 4 inches long. And it's designed to, in lieu of a wall, you would just pop this into a pair of corner posts. So it will have facade holes right here, and then it'll have pegs, integral pegs glued in. Other side, little half pegs there. So you can just pop it in. You don't have to put it in a wall. You just put it up against 2 corner posts. It opens up a little more space in your room. It will have insert slots here for our acetate window pane inserts, as well as you can put any of the regular sized window inserts on the outside, and it has some really nice decorative features there to kind of class up your building. It's designed to work very nicely in conjunction with the rest of these pieces, which we will demonstrate in the sample build. This is the oriel window roof. This is designed to fit cleanly over the oriel window facade, but you can also just use it as like a little awning or a little roof anywhere you want. It will have a pair of biscuit slots on the back here, so you can biscuit into any of the floors that have biscuit slots. And then finally, this is our braided cottage molding. This is a decorative piece that will have a pair of biscuit slots on there, so you can pop it into any floor, add some style to the side of any of your buildings, and it transitions really nicely between the oriel window facade as well as the arch, something like that. So those are all the new pieces. But we also have our remastered floors, which we're including with the Tudor collection. So they're not brand new to this collection, but they add brand new functionality to Tudor building. So the 4x4 floor, the new remastered ones have anchor magnets on the bottom. They have insert here, so you can pop in. You can use the same floor as either a solid floor or a stair floor or trapdoor floor. They have the usual corner posts, holes. It's 4x4 footprint, and most importantly, they have the biscuit slots on the side, which will let you fix any of your biscuit accessories or any biscuit hole fillers. We also have the new sizes. We have a 2x4 and a 2x2, which let you do some more intricate building and some non-square buildings. And these are also the reason we have the narrow walls, right? So that'll cover any 2-inch run. So these are not brand new, but they really add a lot to your building possibilities here. So let's take a look at all of these pieces in a sample build. All right, so this is a little build I put together to showcase some of the possibilities. So anything that I don't call out is one of our standard terracotta roofs or standard Tudor building pieces. So let's start on this side over here. So from the bottom, this is the new Tudor arch facade over a centered window wall, plenty of space for the window, looks really nice, flows right up into, this is the braided cottage molding, which is biscuited to the side of the floor of the second story. This one is using the facade pegs there to go into the new corner post, the new fancy corner post. It's just pegged right in there. I should say all these corner posts are the new fancy Tudor corner posts. Then above this, we have this is the new Tudor oriel window facade. So once again, just pegged in the half pegs into the corner posts. And then that flows up into, this is the oriel window roof, which is biscuited right into the side of the floor on the third story, and then up into regular pieces. So really nice, kind of, this breaks the boxiness of the building by having stuff step out. And Eli sculpted these so they each come out to slightly different depths. So you have some really nice kind of gentle stepping up. So a lot of different textures and depths to play with there. We can put in any of the regular window inserts in here, as well as the new window panes. And we could, if we wanted to, we could pop this out and slide this up one to do something like this. So these are just held on with white stick right now because they're prototypes. The factory finals will have the appropriate biscuit slots and pegs. So you could do something like that if we popped it out of the peg holes and put it in, we use the biscuits here and biscuit it in. So you can do that same sort of effect. We'll pop that back down for right now. All right, then moving around over here, we have, this is the new narrow window wall in between two of the new fancy corner posts, and that's on the 2x4 floor. And this whole thing, this floor is biscuited to the floor back here to help it cantilever out and make this nice playable open area space out there, held up by the banister corner posts. Coming around to the front of the building, we're using that same Tudor arch facade in front of a magnetic wall. So it just gives, once again, it kind of breaks the flatness of that plane, but it still gives us plenty of space to put on the magnetic side. And we're using the projecting beams biscuited into the side of the floor. Coming around to this side of the building, we have, this is the narrow window wall again. We could have, if we wanted to showcase the door, if we put the narrow door wall in there with the that nice green Noble's door, we could put that in if we want, and then use some pieces from our scaffolding. So this is the corner railing platform from scaffolding with the long stairs biscuited in. So we could, if we want, we could biscuit that right in to the side of the building and have a nice way to enter the building from over there in the second story. And then working our way back, we have two more. These are the oriel window roofs biscuited in, once again, just biscuited into the floors to make little overhangs. In this case, we have this one overhanging. This is a 2x4 floor using the half height corner posts and railings to make a little walkway area here. And this whole area is offset by about a half an inch. See, it's not lined up back here. If we wanted to, we could line it up like that, but the door's lined up better if I slid it forward half an inch, and it just looked a little more interesting. This is more visually interesting. So you have the options. You can adjust it as you see fit. And then down below, we have that same double window. It's the oriel window facade over there with the braided cottage molding underneath it. You don't need the molding underneath it. I put it in there for just a little bit more flair. You could also, if you were building in line, you could pop that out and just slide like your grass floor underneath that if you wanted to. And then coming over here, we have, this is our first big double high area. So we're using the double high corner posts on either side there. This is the big double high, double door wall with those barn doors in it. And then capping it off, we have the same Tudor arch facade, kind of tying it all together, breaking the box a little bit, giving us a little more texture. You don't need it, but I really like how the facades kind of tied together and give us a little more depth. Working our way around the side over here, we have, this is the solid magnetic double high wall in between those double high posts, and we're using the facade holes in those posts to hold. This is some of the new ivy expansion. This is the extending ivy on the right and the left. And then we're using, this is the magnetic ivy on the top, sticking to the magnetic wall. So just make the whole thing feel like it's overgrown. And then on the other side, we're using a wood spacer. So we have two of the regular walls. It's a regular door wall and an offset window wall in between, with a spacer in between, so they become double high. You can feel that. So it lets us have a door to connect to the walkway. And then we're using the biscuit holes in the floors to drop in the hanging ivy biscuit insert there. Let's go look on the inside of this building and see what awaits us in there. So starting at the top, this is just a pretty standard 4x4 room using a bunch of the standard Tudor walls. We do have the, you can see the oriel window roofs are biscuited on either side there. So you can lift it off all as one piece. And the idea is, if you're playing at the table, you can kind of lift each story off and lay them out and have them be very playable if you're trying to have miniatures on different levels at a time. So the second story here, we're using the parquet floor. When Erin was doing the design for this in Lowtown, for this paint scheme, she made sure it looked really good with the Tudor cream color. So it really ties together. You can make a very classy Tudor dwelling by putting that parquet floor instead of the standard wooden floor. And we're going to lift this all off as one unit thanks to the biscuits. We have the 2x4 floor biscuited to the regular 4x4 floor there. And we're going to pop these stairs off, make it easier. Then, and this should be, once again, this is a prototype, so it's just white stick. That's why it fell off. But it'll have biscuit slots here, and it'll slot to the side of the floor, so it should move as one unit. Then down on this bottom floor, it's all pretty standard building. I'll show you one trick we could have done. So if we wanted to put the door over here on this side, you can see there's not a lot of clearance there to get into the door. And in fact, it can't even open outwards. So if we wanted to, we could pop this off. So we're assuming we're attaching with the facade pegs here. We could move this up, and we could use the biscuit slots in the back to biscuit this to the floor above. So it would sit something like that. And then that would give us clearance for this door to open and for minis to sort of pass through. So because it's got both biscuit slots and facade holes, you have the option of sort of putting it at two different heights, which give you more building options. And then working our way over here, past this was just the simple walkway. It's just a 2x4 floor with the half height posts and the railings in there. Oriel window roof biscuit in the side. Here you can see that the door lines up because we slid this thing forward about a half an inch, lines up really nicely. You also see the parquet floor and how nice that looks with the Tudor wall in there. One of the fun things, because we're using the Tudor Oriel window facade, there's no wall here, so there's more playable space on the inside. So this can get really tight with a 2x4 sign that's playing minis in there. Now there's a little more space to breathe. And of course, you could always just pop out the back wall if you need to, if you want to get minis in there. But this definitely gives us a little more playable space, as well as looks really neat with those little window boxes there. And this door feeds us into the little barn. This is like the barn or stable area attached to. If this was like an inn, this is the stable, and then you come into the main area. And one fun thing we're doing here is we're using the magnetic wall to hold the magnetic tool rack to give this a little more character, a little dressing on the inside. So it slots right in like that. Boop. So that should give you a pretty good idea of some of the building possibilities that this opens up, right? Lots of fun things you can do using double highs, using narrows, using these facades. You can build buildings with even more character and variety, and all very playable. So you can tell lots of stories at your table. Hopefully that will inspire you with some of the possibilities. And that's an overview of our new Tudor expansion. If you want to learn more about our cities collection, check out our cities playlist down below. If you still have questions, hop on our Discord or email us on our website. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and drop us a comment to let us know what you think. Thanks so much for watching, and now, it's back to the anvil!